Well, thank you so much for meeting me. I truly appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Um,
Happy to be here.
and so with Homebot. So today, I kind of wanted to go over Homebot with you to see how Homebot can really help agents improve and grow their business. I've been with Homebot for about 8 months now. I think 8 months, 6 to 8 months, something like that. I'm getting a lot of great feedback from it. I'm getting people contacting me, really liking it. And matter of fact, even right before this whole Homebot thing started, I got an email from a client that said that he was showing his parents the Homebot this weekend, and they were like, "Hey, can I get one of those too?"
Right.
So he asked me if I could make that happen for him. I'm like, yeah, why not? And just put their email and their property and that kind of stuff. And I thought it was kind of cool that it works like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Before I started working for Homebot, I actually got Homebot as a homeowner myself, and all of my friends were receiving it as well. And it's one of those things that once you start to understand your real estate and the power of your home equity, you unlock a lot of possibilities of, hey, I didn't even realize that I could do these certain types of things with my real estate, or how powerful my real estate is going to be to me. And at that point in time, 5 years ago, pre-kids and being in a starter home, and then the market, just started to grow, and now we're back into the purchase season. I think it's a fantastic opportunity for real estate agents that may not be using a tool like Homebot to get in front of their clients on a regular basis and give them a value add, right? Give them something to talk about to make them feel empowered. We're all about education and empowerment and creating a deeper relationship back with the real estate agent and back with their preferred loan officer. So, I think an opportunity, Chris, that you're providing by sharing Homebot with your real estate agents is that gift of home finance to their clients. Finance is an overwhelming subject matter, and people get overwhelmed and they probably aren't even talking about it. But at the end of the day, it's really not that complicated if they can come back to you and your agents and say, hey, what do you suggest I do? Is there anything I can do?
Yeah. Well, I mean, heck, I have an Edward Jones that does my 401k and all that kind of stuff. And every single month, like clockwork, I get a 401k statement and I get all this stuff. But for years, I've never had anything for either my house or a rental property or anything like that. And I mean, I'm in the business, right? And I kind of know what's going on, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm in the business and I kind of know what's going on. And
Yeah.
so how is this kind of would you say this would be a financial statement for a house?
Yeah, absolutely. And let me just share my screen to show you really what kickstarts Homebot. And hang on, I had it here. Where did it go? I've got too many tabs open. Okay. So yeah, Homebot, exactly like you said, it's really a financial report card for the homeowner's home. Our mission and why we created Homebot was to help people understand how to build wealth through home ownership. We have all of these tools to understand our savings plans, our 401k, have financial advisors that help us. But the vast majority of our wealth is actually coming from real estate if we own a property. And when we go to retire, we're not retiring off of what we think we might be. The vast majority of that wealth is wrapped into the largest asset that we own, our home. And so there was this notion that people just aren't understanding all of the opportunity that they have, and they might be missing out along the way. And so we saw this gap in the market. Homebot was created by a former real estate agent, actually, who saw this missing link between how do I keep these people involved with me way after the fact of them thinking about purchasing a home and then owning a home. How do I create this repeat and referral business with a value add, not just with a happy birthday and happy holidays and turn back your clock, right? That's cute and that's fun and people appreciate it for sure.
Yeah.
But it's not what's getting them to think, ultimately about the way they want to live their life and how they can again build wealth through home ownership. So yeah, that's ultimately where Homebot came from, was giving people, that financial report card every month where they can check in and see really what's going on with their home value, and then understanding their home equity, because everybody wants to know their home value, right? Especially in today's market.
So that's funny that you say that. So I get a ton of people that'll be like, somebody will call me to do a refinance, right? And they'll be like, well, Zillow says my house is worth $3 million. And I'm like, well, I don't think so. How does this different from Zillow says?
Yeah, totally. Great question. So, Zillow does a fantastic job of capturing people's eye and their attention. And that's really how they started, right? Everybody started to see what their house was worth and never really had unless they had that physical conversation with their real estate agent or their preferred loan officer. And so Zillow gave them that value. And everybody wants to know what their house is worth. So Homebot captures people by talking about that value. Now, there are many different AVM companies out there. So Zillow, Redfin, Homebot, they're all doing the best with the data that they're provided. So it really isn't to say that one program or one value is better than the other, right? It's a computer generated estimate. But where Homebot comes into play is the relationship, right? And staying connected with these people and not just teaching them about their home value, but then everything else that falls in line with that. So we feel really confident in our home values. And of course, we want real estate agents and loan officers to be sending out that value on a regular basis that's in line with what's going on with the market. But at the end of the day, homeowners have an opinion about what they think their house is worth. I have an opinion about what I think my house is worth, and I work for Homebot, right? But here's where it comes into play for you and for your real estate agents. Public records doesn't know that I just renovated my kitchen. They don't know that I
Yeah.
just expanded a master bedroom. They don't know that I gave my kids a brand new bathroom as well. So I actually sent my real estate agent a text this morning because we bought our house last spring. And I said, hey, now that I'm done with my home renovations, can you come over, see what I've done? There are other houses for sale in my neighborhood. I would love to know what my value is today, because that's then what's going to help me, even though I'm not going to sell my house right now. I just moved into it, but that's what's going to help me understand my true equity position so I can continue to have these conversations moving forward with you, with the real estate agent. And one other point I want to make as well that you had mentioned a second ago, Chris, people contacting you to refinance their house. That's how this whole process of me buying a house started last year. When rates were lower, I immediately called my loan officer because of Homebot and I said, I think I need to refinance my house. And they said to me, well, let's first talk about your life and what's going on. And I said, we just had our second kiddo. We're growing out of the city. I think we're going to need to move in a few years. And the loan officer said, well, you know what? It might not be worth a refinance. You might be thinking about making a move, it sounds like. And not even a year later, did we purchase that new house. So not only did my loan officer help me with the purchase origination, but connecting me back to my real estate agent, my agent got to list my existing house then and help me buy my new house. So it was that transaction that included all of us and got me to the finish line. And I'm still continuing to talk to them regularly about what I can continue to do to improve this house and the value there. So the
Yeah.
conversation just continues to go beyond, buying that house and stopping there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's awesome. And it sounds like you had a good lender, because there was a lot of lenders that popped up during this time that would have been like, yeah, do the refi, just
Right.
get it done,
Yeah. Yeah.
So he walked you through the right direction.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, can I use this system for marketing? So let's say if I it all works off of an email pretty much, right? So if you have the email, you can use this for the marketing for them.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll just show you a quick example of what Homebot looks like from your real estate agent's point of view. So we're not a CRM. I think that might be a common misconception out there in the marketplace. And we don't want to replace the CRM for your real estate agents or for you. You still need something to organize your conversations and your day-to-day activity. But once you're getting your database into Homebot, your real estate agents, all they need is a name, an email, and a physical home address for the homeowner side. For a
Okay.
buyer, all they need is a name and an email. So we make it very easy. You load those people into Homebot, and then Homebot on your behalf sends out this report every single month. So it's a monthly touch point. It works automatically. It will have the real estate agent's brand here at the tip top. And the best part for the client is that they don't have a username, they don't have a login. We keep it so simple for them to get into the system. And because of that, we have a 50% monthly engagement rate. And that's across 9 million people nationwide currently receiving Homebot from their agent, from their loan officer. Again,
Okay.
it's easy, right? They don't have a
Yeah.
username and a password. So of course, we wouldn't continue with that engagement just because it's easy. People want to know about their value. And then once they start to talk about their home value and come in here and maybe make some adjustments, that leads the conversation back to the real estate agent. And that could unlock a listing opportunity right there, right? Driving CMA requests back to them. If a client's just adjusting it slightly or a lot, they're the ones staying in front of them and connecting with them on a regular basis. So yeah, this is a great marketing touch point on a regular basis that people look at. And then you all really become that source of truth for your
Yeah.
client to open up those conversations.
Yeah. Yeah. And even like this works, like, let's say you're doing an open house and you got somebody from an open house, it just kind of flows right into there. Hey, I could put you in this. We can start to see what your property's worth, the whole type of stuff like that, right? So
Yeah,
perfect.
absolutely. We have really easy tools in the back end of Homebot. This is what the dashboard looks like for the real estate agent if they wanted to share this with somebody who's not in their existing database. That's the big takeaway, right? It's not just about people that already own a home. It's about people that are looking to buy, people that are looking to sell. And so if you're holding open houses with real estate agents and that agent wants to have their landing page on a tablet, this is a great sign-in sheet. When somebody walks in that front door and you exchange your hellos, how are you, what are you looking for? You may find out that it's the neighbor from across the street that just wanted to see what their neighbor was up to. And after that conversation, they might say, we've actually been thinking about maybe putting our house on the market. We're not quite sure. Oh, you know what? Plug your address in here. It's going to generate an awesome report for you that shows you what your home value is every single month. And then you're now connecting with that new lead every single month. So it's a really great way to capture leads at open houses. You can put this in a variety of places as well. We have some suggestions down here of where to use these links, but again, not just for sellers, but for buyers as well. So unlocking that ability to really understand the market and where these people want to buy. Maybe they have to move across the country because they got a brand new job, or they're renting and their lease is coming up. And so they can really understand in the market that they're curious about what's going on in that area.
Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah.
I saw that it said get buyers leads, get sellers leads. Does that mean that you guys sell information to anybody?
Excellent question. So absolutely not. So the goal of Homebot, again, is that relationship connecting platform. So the real estate agent is loading in their own database into Homebot, and then Homebot is operating on their behalf, connecting them to that individual. If the real estate agent ever canceled their Homebot account, we get rid of it altogether, and those people stop receiving it. We don't sell the data, we don't market it to third-party vendors. And then Chris, even you, in fact, as their preferred loan officer, you don't have access to their clients, right? It's still the agent's protected database. So they're going to load, call it 100 of their clients into their system, and you're just merely represented in there to answer all those financial questions. And if that client wants to reach out to you, they can, but you can't go in and see that your real estate
go in
agent
and just start like
loaded.
taking their clients.
Yep, that's exactly right. Yeah, it's all driven from the end user. And so again, they're going to connect with you if they're like, maybe I need to get pre-qualified, or maybe when rates do drop, I think I might want to refinance my house. So it's all driven from the agent's clients back to you.
Okay. All right. Now, for an agent, is there like a long-term commitment to this? Do you have to sign up for a year, non-refundable deposit, everything that we see in this business?
Yeah, no. So the agent has two choices. When you invite them to try Homebot, you can give them a free trial. They can load 25 clients in there and just test the waters and see what they think without committing. No cost to them. If they love it and they want to put more than 25 contacts in their system, it's $25 a month for 500 clients. They could pay an additional $10 a month if they want another block of 500. So if they had 1,000 clients, they'd pay $35 a month to month, so they can cancel at any point in time. The biggest piece of advice we could give anybody at Homebot is load your clients as quickly as possible, because the only reason we ever see anybody cancel their account is if they just never get around to loading clients. So
Really?
load those clients and see the value. Once you get those clients in there, we're pretty sure that you guys will all see that opportunity of client. Like you said, people saying, hey, this is really great information. Thanks for sending. I appreciate it. And then the other piece is it's a long-term play, right? You're going to have immediate activity up front where people are contacting you and loving the information. But some people might not contact you for 6 months, might not contact you for a year. Everybody's
Yeah.
at a different point in time in their life. And Homebot speaks to them when the time is right for them and then gets them coming back to you.
Yeah. So what does the co-branding itself look like? Is it,
Yeah.
I mean, does it show like, would it show me and them? Would it show like, how does that work?
Absolutely. Yeah, great question. So let's just go back into Holly, the homeowner. This is coming from the real estate's perspective. So of course, the real estate agent loading their database into Homebot, it's their relationship, right? So when their customers get Homebot, the agent is the primary brand represented at the top of the report and mostly throughout on all of the real estate driven content. But you, as that preferred loan officer, are going to populate for all of the financial sections. So refinancing, maybe somebody wants to tap into their home equity that they've built over the years. And so that's where your real estate agents are going to be recommending you as the preferred lender. And the cool thing about this, Chris, is that if those agents' customers are saying, oh, wow, I didn't know I could use this equity. I'm curious about what works for me. And they hit that little pink chat message. There are about
Yeah.
6 of these throughout Homebot. That message is going to go both to you and the real estate agent because the agent wants to know that their clients are getting in touch with you. And they could even call you up and say, hey, Chris, I saw that Holly homeowner just reached out to you to talk about this. Here's a little bit of background on them, or do you want to call them together? So the agent, again, primary brand, but anywhere that's more driven towards the financial expert, that's where they're going to be recommending you as that preferred loan officer.
Okay, so let me ask you this. I work with a lot of agents. Not all the agents are on Homebot. I may only have 5 or something that partner with me on this. But let's say one that doesn't partner with me on this and they click, I want to know more or whatever it is, and it should go to, where does that go? Does it just go to me at that point in time?
Yeah. So if your real estate agent is on Homebot without a loan officer, they are getting all of those financial questions back to themselves. So the reason why we have this co-branding aspect of Homebot is that we know the end user, the homeowner or the buyer, has a much better experience when they're connected to both of you because agents are busier than ever right now helping people in this competitive market. So when their clients do have that question, they don't have to go through the real estate agent. They can come directly through you. And that agent is saying, I recommend Chris, go ahead and give him a call. And now you're
Gotcha.
helping them have those conversations on the side as well. So nobody really has to wait for anything.
Okay. All right. Well, this is all super helpful. Is there anything else that you can think of that would help, that's really good, and that could help agents
Yeah,
grow their
absolutely.
business using this?
The biggest piece right now to talk about is the purchase market, right? We know that buyers are out there facing more challenges than they ever have before. Home prices are skyrocketing, competition left and right. I mean, it just keeps happening and it just keeps getting crazier. And so the bottom line for those real estate agents in today's market is again, value add, get in front of people on a consistent basis, get them connected with you as well. So if they are house hunting, maybe they're just starting and they don't even know what their price point is, drive that pre-qualification conversation over to you. Here's a touch point that I haven't mentioned yet is video. We
Okay.
love video at Homebot.
Yeah, I like video too.
Yeah, you and I are here doing this, so I assume you do as well. So,
Yeah.
go to your real estate agent's office and make a video together, and you guys can talk about how easy it is to get pre-qualified and figure out what they can actually afford, so that when they do go out there to house hunt in the market, they can actually compare their favorite areas based on that price point. Where can they get a bigger home or a more affordable purchase price? It's all done by zip code. So if I go over to Sacramento, and I don't know, Chris, is 500, is that a decent price point or should I adjust that?
That's probably, I mean, yeah.
Okay. So in this market, we've highlighted, you can kind of see these borders of all of these surrounding zip codes. This map is really cool because it gets people into the right zip code based on their priority. Popular market, well, that's kind of a moot point right now because we know it's a seller's market really anywhere they go. But if they want to live in the biggest house, or they want the more affordable purchase price, or they need to move in a quicker time frame, well, now they can really narrow in that area. And give me a quick zip code if you don't mind.
95864.
95864. Okay, so their buyers are going to come in and they're going to play around with this data. But once they actually get into that market, what your real estate agent can do, they can plug their listing IDX feed into Homebot. And so not only are they giving them general market information about this zip code and, you know, what do houses look like on average, 3-bed, 1-bath, etc., but Homebot can redirect those buyers out to go view the listing in their IDX feed. And it probably wouldn't be realtor.com, right? This is just merely an example, but it would go back to their own search engine site and say, here are the properties that are currently available, because if you're buying, you just want to know what's out there. You want to shop around. And so not only is it just about looking at the homes, but understanding the market as well.
Gotcha. No, that's fantastic.
Cool.
So they just basically contact me, and then I can set them up with the extra with the first 25, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Just
So
to
what
kind of test the waters.
Yeah, I would recommend you can go into your account, you can invite these real estate agents. They can see when they get an invitation from you, they'll see the two options, free version or paid version. Free is up to 25 clients, no commitment, no cost. But again, if they want to load more than $25 a month, cancel at any time, get up to 500 contacts. But yeah, we're also here to help as well. We have a fantastic customer success team, so they can always email us. Plenty of resources on our website. We have a training center already built out and ready for them to go. We host
Nice.
webinars and events all the time. So, you know, don't be shy. We're not successful unless you are all successful.
Yeah.
And again, education and empowerment is the name of the game here, right? Giving these people something that they maybe don't even know they need, but once they get it, they become addicted.
Perfect. Thank you so much for jumping on with me and going over all this stuff. I think it's super important. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks, Chris.
Bye.